This was to have been the day. First full slate of games of a new college football season. It's like a holiday, sensory overload, clashes of juggernauts, vibrant venues, sailgates and tailgates. People not only count the days until the first games, they set their calendars. They arrange their lives so not to miss one of these precious few Saturdays. But the relentless pandemic laid waste to tradition and norms, and tight bonds give way to social distance. Deafening decibels will yield to eerie quiet stadiums. Big Ten and Pac-12 seasons are silenced for now. And it is bizarre, and there is trepidation. But there is also plenty of promise and passion, which always arrives when toe meets leather.
College Game Day is built by the Home Depot. Proud sponsor of college football's premier pregame show.
I will never again take that anthem for granted. Not that I ever have. We've always appreciated it, and certainly none of us at College Game Day take for granted the passion and the love of the fans of the sport. Fans are going to be a part of this show all season long. It will be different. It will be virtual. You can go to collegegameday.com and enter for your chance to join those great LSU or Clemson fans and be part of our Game Day family. Astute listeners to SportsCenter earlier might have already picked up on the fact that College Game Day will travel this year starting next week. Kirk Herbstreit might have spilled a secret or two, and I'm delighted to be joined by my guys, Desmond Howard, David Pollack, Kirk Herbstreit, and the great Lee Corso. I am merely Reese Davis, but I want you to have a look at this setup that LC has. LC, you're ready to go. And I think Herbie's going to be quieter than he's ever been for you right there, the one beside you.
Hey, did you see the crew did a magnificent job. In heat, Florida heat, 2 or 3 days he worked on this thing. I'm going to tell you guys, we go the same thing. 1, 2, 3, win! There, now you feel better, don't you? They did a magnificent crowd. This crew was tremendous and set a wonderful job of setting up a house.
Herbie, you look amazingly lifelike on LC's set there at his house.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed. He'll put a muzzle over top of me or a piece of tape over top of my mouth there, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I got all four of you guys in there.
I think he's excited not to hear
terrific.
from us all the time. That's for sure.
He's going to be able to control when he gets to talk now, David. It's not a
Yep,
full slate.
he's
It's
good to
not
go.
what we expected. We thought we were going to have Alabama, USC, Michigan, Washington. We do have Saturday's slate and some games being played. In fact, there will be 9 games this weekend, a half dozen being played today. Also supposed to have North Dakota State, Oregon today among those that fell victim to the pandemic. But it's just great to have football back in some fashion. Eastern Kentucky and Marshall will follow College Game Day. You'll see Memphis coming up later on as well as they take on Arkansas State. The impact of COVID-19, everyone understands the difficulty that has placed on really our entire society, of course, but particularly college football. The frequent testing protocols have been in place to try to assure that no infected player or coach or official is on the field. 54 of the 130 FBS schools not playing as a result of the pandemic. 4 of the 10 conferences in the FBS have postponed fall sports: Big Ten, Pac-12, the MAC, and Mountain West. And there have also been several stars who have opted out, even if their teams are playing, like Jamar Chase of LSU. Notre Dame is playing, and Notre Dame is playing in the ACC. They're a full-fledged member of the ACC for this year in football. Of course, the Irish in the ACC for all other sports, and they've done quite well against ACC competition. In fact, in that span you saw on the screen, only Clemson has been better. So for years and years, those of us who love this sport have asked, what would it take to get Notre Dame to join a conference? We now have the answer. It's a global pandemic. It really just, I think, underscores the roller coaster ride, Desmond, of this offseason of are we going to play, are we not? And now that it's here, what's it like for you?
You know what, RD, I tell you what, I'm thankful and I'm grateful. Now that it's here, I'm thankful that, every Saturday morning I normally have to wait in this makeup line for you guys to get all this powder caked up on your faces, and I'm just waiting to get a little anti-shine so my glow won't be so strong on camera. So it's great to not have to deal with that. But I'm really grateful that we're going to have a college football season because, there was a point during the summer which I thought it was not going to happen. So very thankful that we're going to have a college football season. It gives me a chance, Coach, to sit with my guys, and we can talk, Coach, about our favorite sport, college football. I'm very grateful for that, Coach.
It's going to be a strange football season. Let me tell you, without the Big Ten and Pac-12, it's like the baseball season without the Yankees and Dodgers. I will have to adjust, but I'm telling you, it's going to be strange, Kirk Grange.
Yeah, or you could say like not having the Reds and the Oakland A's. It's same way. Not having the Big Ten. No, I'm just kidding. I kid. I feel like it's been such a long ride from the middle of March for everybody. This pandemic has touched everybody. It's been an incredible journey on so many levels, and so many discussions and debates about football, specifically college football. Should it be played? Should it not be played? It's very strange when, locally for a lot of communities in Pennsylvania and Ohio, they're playing high school football. They're playing professional football, and yet they're not playing college football. And I know that has a lot of people up in arms. And so I'm like Des. I'm focusing on the positive. I'm focusing on being grateful. We have football. I've enjoyed it really the last 2 weeks. I've been watching high school football. I've been watching any college football that's been on TV. So I'm excited that we're going to have a chance to watch more games this weekend and really get things going starting Monday night with BYU and Navy.
No doubt. We love the sport. We follow it. It's not just us. We got a loyal fan base that follows this too with college football that just loves it, and it brings a sense of normalcy. It brings a sense of calm. You get to get around the TV and argue with Kirk when he makes awful takes. You get to argue with me when I make awful takes. So I think it's just fun to have some normalcy, to have college football back, to have those rivalries, those arguments. And it's not going to be the same, but 2020 has been a strange year, but at least you get to hear that music when it comes in, and you get to see some ugly mugs that you're used to seeing on camera. And for us, I know we're definitely thankful.
You can speak for yourself about a lot of those things. The ugly mugs,
Exactly.
the bad takes.
Yeah, right.
I know personally, in terms of my takes, I never tire of being correct.
Oh, wow. Hey, you never looked so good as you did the other day when you had that mask on either, Reese.
We're off to a rousing start here. We're going to have Larry Scott, the commissioner of the Pac-12, is going to join us in just a little bit to talk about the changes in their protocol. Also plenty on all of the issues that have affected college football in the offseason. Coronavirus pandemic, just a massive effect on everything we do in our lives, particularly in college football. When we return, the biggest COVID issues relating to the sport and whether we should be playing as we start today. Players across the country met with Maria Taylor this week to discuss the pressing issues, social justice, racial equality. You want to hear this powerful players-only roundtable.
But if I was just, Hunter Reynolds, the econ major who, didn't play a sport and something happened to me, would it be, we're outraged because, this tragic event happened? Or are we going to try and, find things in his past to kind of, take away some of the consequences from the officers who did it?
Leadership from the players in the offseason has been remarkable, and we will talk plenty of ball, games and matchups that we cannot wait to see in this season.
College Game Day is built by the Home Depot. How doers get more done. And in part by Pizza Hut. Order today at pizzahut.com.